Hey everybody, welcome back to Tim Travels. It's Terry, your host. Obviously, I'm not coming to you from my truck like I normally do. I'm coming to you from my living room. And I'm not happy that I'm coming to you from my living room because it's January 2nd and it's about, I don't know, 4:30 in the afternoon. It's kind of hard to tell because it's been like overcast here for like seems like 5 days, but I'm unhappy about that. Not because I'm not happy about being home per se, but I'm unhappy about that because I made myself available yesterday at 0900, and so that's not sitting well. Just because when I make myself available, just like if I was on call for any other job, right? I wouldn't make plans outside the house. I wouldn't go very far. I would be on hot standby. Now, maybe that's just naive, but that's just, kind of how I am. And, you know, not to put too fine of a point on it, but on the 27th, I made my PTA 0900 on 1122. And then on Friday, which was I guess Friday the 31st. Yeah, it must have been. I followed up and I was like, hey, and I actually said this to my fleet manager. I sent him a message and I said, hey, don't leave me to the weekend / night dispatchers. Well, somebody that was a weekend / night dispatcher texted me back, or messaged me back. I'm sorry, and I was a little bit embarrassed, but my point was still the same. I wanted to get a load and get down the road, and that person asked me, oh, are you still going to be good to go at 0900 tomorrow? I'm like, yeah. So 0900 rolls around, nothing. I don't get a load. And then finally I get a load like yesterday afternoon, that doesn't pick up. The earliest it could pick up is 7 o'clock this morning at a processor. But the window was 07 to 1500. So about 9 this morning, I called and I was like, hey, just wanted to check on this load. Then I find out, oh, it's not, this load is canceled. So I reach back out and it takes hours before I get, a new load. And just a few minutes ago, I got dispatched on a load that I cannot pick up. The earliest I could pick it up would be 2000 tonight, but it doesn't deliver till 2000 on Monday night, and the trip is only like, I don't know, 300 miles. I mean, it pays really well. It pays over $3 a mile. But the problem is that the load, first of all, I gotta go get an empty, and I gotta backtrack to do that. But the load goes in the opposite direction of where I need to go to pick up my co-driver, my TNT trainee, Paul. So I'm just a little bit irked at this point because I feel like when I make myself available, then I'm committing to work. And this follows on the heels of Prime going out to drivers and saying, hey, we need as many people as we can get running through the holidays. There's going to be these bonuses, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's fine, except if you really don't have the loads, just say so. I mean, I look at load boards, and so I know what's going out of my area, and there's quite a bit of stuff. But it still seems like with all the lead time to before I was available, somebody could have found me something to do that would have gotten me out west or down south, place that would be easier to pick up Paul. So I'm going to go up here to Buffalo and drop my, get unloaded, live unloaded tomorrow night. That means maybe Tuesday, but more likely Wednesday. I might get down to Kentucky to pick up my co-driver. So it's not a very auspicious start to the year. I will say this, I got a little bit of extra time at home, although, like I said, I was ready to go. I was, I was in the military. If you've been in the military, when your unit leaves, you better not miss movement. And, so even if you don't leave when you thought you were leaving, you're there, you're ready to go, you're geared up. And some folks, I don't do this, but like Lyle over at No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, he actually goes to his truck, because his truck, he uses the drop yard, but he goes to his truck like the night before he's going to get on the road, just to kind of get his mind in it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, this is something where you got to be totally focused. Like, okay, I'm finished on home time. My truck's loaded with all the stuff I need for the next several weeks. And I'm going to be out till probably, I think I need to be home maybe like around February 6th, February 7th for a doctor's appointment. So, I was ready to roll. I got everything done, and, I've had my home time. And truthfully, my family, my kids, my wife, they're all getting ready to go back to work. My daughter's going, my youngest is going back to school tomorrow. So it's not like, me hanging around tomorrow is going to be, anything other than hanging out with the dog and maybe doing some chores. But last week, and I'll throw these numbers up there for you to see here. You can see that like last week, I only made $20. I netted $20, which was fine because I've been home for several days. But I don't want to start out the year on it with a negative week. So anyway, the other thing though I will mention, and if you're out on the road and you haven't done this, you might want to just do something about it. I went online because I haven't been to a terminal, and I didn't have my IFTA and HUT stickers mailed to me because you never know how that's going to turn out. And so what I did though at home here is I printed out my 2022 cab card, my 2020, and actually my insurance card, and I didn't realize this, so I'm glad I did this. My insurance card was expired. Expired back in May, so those things apparently cycle in May. But I print out my cab card and my registration for 2022. If you haven't done that, it's really easy. You can go to the Prime app, and if you've read the message, you probably know. But if you go to My Prime and then just go to that first drop down, it's like your personal stuff, and you go to My Permits, you can just tap on this, and you can pick all the stuff you want printed up, and you can then send it in a PDF to yourself. Now, if you're out on the road and you need to get it printed, just send it to yourself, and then when you get to a truck stop, just ask them for their email address, and usually it's like 25 or 50 cents, maybe it's $1 a page to print it out, but then you'll have this stuff. And then I think you have until the end of February to actually get the IFTA sticker on the truck. But I'm gonna, because of where this run is going tomorrow, I'm gonna hook and empty, go to the 01, swing through the terminal tomorrow, pick up those stickers, and then head for the 90, which is a little out of the way, but it's not a big deal. But when I used to work a job where I was commissioned sales, and we used to have this saying that if you have a good January, you have a good year. And so my corollary to that is if I have a good first week of January, I'll have a good January, and then I'll have a good year. So I really did want to just like jump into this on the first, get on the road, and quite frankly, I wanted to beat a lot of the weekend traffic. I'm gonna end up staying here, probably leave around 4 in the morning. But the other thing that's going on is by the time I get on the road, a winter storm will have rolled in. So I'm gonna have to bobtail like 25 or 30 miles early tomorrow morning to pick up a trailer, and then I'm gonna have to get on I-95, go back through Baltimore, get up on 83, take that up to Harrisburg, and go over to Hershey to pick this load up with an empty trailer. So a lot of things have not fallen into place, and I really am, I've expressed my my annoyance at that to my fleet manager who's actually working today. But I feel like there's you know, they could do a better job at this. So you know, hopefully the message will get through. And I'll be able, you know, this won't happen again. But anyway, just wanted to update everybody. Happy New Year. I'm glad 2021 is behind us, if for no other reason than it's the year that Betty White died. So that's a good enough reason to hate 2021. Anyway, it's good being back. Like I said, I'm going to be on the road for the next 5-6 weeks. Hopefully get Paul on the truck sometime this week, and we'll start running hard. So take care, be careful, man. There's a lot of crazy bad weather. It seems like almost everywhere. And I think, unfortunately, this is the new norm. It's just going to be insane weather events and unpredictable, and it'll be, you know, like 90 degrees in Montana in February, and it'll, you know, and then Texas will turn into an iceberg at some point in March or something. But anyway, we will talk to you soon, give you an update on what's going on, and yeah, so stay safe, and we'll talk to you next time on Tim Travels. Bye.